All right, we are on. It's been way too long since I've done a live video. In case you didn't know, we had a lot of snow. Right where I'm standing was at least 2 feet, just piled up everywhere in every direction. We still have snow melting off in corners of the yard, and the sun came out, and it's just an awesome day for a bike review. So I'm glad to review the Aventon Soltera. It's their newest model, just released at the beginning of this year. Very reasonably priced bike, definitely on the lower end as far as price, power, things like that. I wouldn't say it's on the lower end quality-wise. I really like some of the things that I see here. But first, before we get into the bike review, let me just say hi to everybody that's on here. I know there's already comments about the fact that this is no longer the Bolton E-Bikes YouTube channel. It is Area 13. So if you didn't get the memo, yeah, this is Area 13. The website is area13ebikes.com. Everything is changing over to Area 13. I've got a whole big long video I just put out yesterday explaining all of the reasons why, and I will have a podcast coming out on Tuesday that goes into a little more in-depth as well, if by chance you just want to know more about what's happened and also what's happening moving forward. So, Michael Horton, thank you. You were the first one to comment on the video today. This is our first video officially as Area 13. It's our first e-bike review of 2022. A lot of firsts going on today. See, I don't even have Area 13 shirts for myself yet, but thank you to everyone who started purchasing those yesterday. A bunch of orders for Area 13 shirts already came in. I saw somebody comment about stickers. Yes, of course, we're going to try and work on things like that as well. It's all coming together very quickly. We're making it happen. So, Michael Horton again. Rim brakes, we'll certainly address that. Jerome, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. Dawn was the one that mentioned the decals. Let's see. Also, Dawn, Soltera looks like a road bike with moderate power. An easy transition for human-powered road riders moving to battery support. I think that is a very correct observation, I should say. Andrew, new member, thank you for joining the YouTube channel. Feel free to comment in the chat or ask questions. Oh, I see you already did. Awesome. Hello to Mithras. Howdy, Area 13. There he is saying awesome. Am I the right area? You are in the right area, Rich. Yes. Thank you very much. Andrew would love to win the free bike. Yes, so I guess the cat's out of the bag on that one. I figured since this is the first official Area 13 video, the first e-bike review, we should give the bike away. So I didn't have to do that. I am a dealer for Aventon bikes, and I could just throw it on the showroom floor and sell it, but where's the fun in that? So yes, we're going to give this one away. We're running a normal giveaway. There's a link in the description. If it isn't there already, it will be, so you can enter. Again, that link will also be on our website, area13ebikes.com. And before I go any further about the bike or the giveaway, so that's open to anybody in the U.S. Free, we'll ship it anywhere in the lower 48 states. You know, Hawaii or Alaska. I don't remember what our official rules are on that. I'm sure you can still win the bike, but there might be some shipping. We'll see. We'll probably address that if it happens. All right, so bikes. These are some previous demo review bikes. Again, to start off the new year, let's do a bike giveaway. And then you may remember the Swift, this little scrambler bike. I've got a Saunders XS bike that I purchased a while back for testing and, you know, seeing if it's something we wanted to make upgrades for. I've got a Troxus 750 watt fat tire review bike, and then the Pass Select, that's a fat tire full suspension bike. They that was kind of a weird one. They sent me the bike. I did the review live. Some of you may have been there. And then after the review, I had comments on, well, it doesn't really feel very powerful, blah, blah, blah. Point is, they said, uh-oh, we think we sent you an old version of the bike. Wasn't the right specs. Can you take the review down because it wasn't accurate? And I said, no problem. So that review is not up anymore, but the bike is still here. So here's the deal. I am going to give away the Aventon Soltera behind the camera. These bikes I would like to sell, but I want to make them so cheap that they basically just disappear as quickly as possible. So for these 4 bikes, as of this video, they're $500 a piece. First come, first serve, local sale. You just got to show up with $500 and whichever one you want, it's all yours. They are all worth well more than that. But the fact is, I don't need them. I want more space for new bikes that are going to say Area 13 on them. So let's start the new year out right by doing a bike giveaway, selling some previous review demo bikes cheap, give somebody a great deal, and yeah, so that's what's going on. Feel free to ask questions about Area 13, anything like that in this video. If you want, I will answer, but we're really here for the Soltera review. So let's get to that. I guess before, hold on, we're gonna move the camera this way so I can see you and this screen kind of at the same time. So I'm gonna bring up the Aventon website so we can look at some of the specs of the bike, and that way I can give you a fair opinion on it. So let me do my usual screen share here of the Aventon website. There we go. It's right on their homepage. Ta-da! Soltera. So it's a brand new bike. I have the, I guess it's black. It's black. The black bike that has a little bit of a trim color on the top, I'll show you. So let's check it out. Again, I am a dealer for Aventon. We only sell the bikes in our store at the moment. That's just the way that Aventon would like things to work. So if you're local, you want to buy one of these, we can get one for you. This one we're going to give away. So you don't have to buy it. That's the great part. All right, so it is a single speed bike. That is something you definitely need to be aware of. Well, hold up. The one I have is a single speed bike. And riding it around, I was thinking, I wish I had the 7-speed version, but thankfully that is an option when you order it. It adds $100 to make it a 7-speed. I think that's well worth it. If you live in a flat area, you want less moving parts, less things to go wrong, you could go with the single speed, save yourself $100. But if you think you're going to encounter a hill of any sort, highly recommend the 7-speed model. They've got 2 sizes, a regular and a large. The one I have is definitely a regular. Again, I'm about 5'10" or so. Bike feels a little on the small side for me. So I would definitely go for the large frame at my height. Hopefully that helps you kind of decide if you're looking at a road bike. Yellow, what are they call it? Citrine? I don't know. I think they made that up. But that's actually a cool color. I like that. And then blue. So black, yellow, blue, 2 different sizes, single speed or 7-speed. And I'm trying to remember. Ooh, they do say lightweight frame. I wish I knew the weight off the top of my head because it is a very light bike. So it is a 350 watt bike and it's a 36 volt, 10 amp hour battery. So everything about this bike is designed to be lightweight. From my riding around that I've done so far, it is very quiet, very smooth. You could be riding this around and not really think about the fact that it's an e-bike. That's kind of where it fits in, but very reasonably priced. You know, if it was only the single speed, I'd be a little disappointed, to be honest. But the fact that they have a 7-speed option, comes with a color display, I like it. I wasn't too sure about it at first because I have the single speed, like I said, but that's the option I would go for, and that would solve my main concern with it. Um, cool little commuter bike. The frame of the bike I really like. So let's just jump over to the bike now. I think we've seen enough. Unless someone has seen the weight on the website, I was kind of looking for it. I'm gonna just do a quick Google search. Aventon Soltera e-bike weight. I am curious what it weighs because it feels really light. There we go. 41 pounds. So there you go. It says single speed 41 pounds. So that's the one I've got right here. And then the 7-speed says 43 pounds, which I don't really see how a derailleur and a shifter adds 2 whole pounds, but okay, we'll go with it. All right. So there you go. 41 pounds in an e-bike. It could pass as a bicycle. If you are in a trail system, something where you just don't want to draw attention to yourself, this would work great. If you're worried about weight, loading, I mean, it doesn't get a whole lot better than that. So that's definitely got that going for it. Of course, you can get more powerful bikes. You can get bikes with bigger batteries, you know, all sorts of things. But this is, you know, it's competing on the lower end of the price point. Nice looking bike. So here's the things I like about it. Frame. The frame just looks good. The battery is kind of integrated into the down tube there. Pops out the bottom. So very easy to remove, just like anything else, but very sleek. Aventon's always had pretty sleek frame designs. I don't know what it is about the fork, but it just looks really good. Something to note is that the front wheel is bolted on. Good for security, bad if you wanted a quick release. So just something to be aware of. That's something that can be done to save cost, or it might have been a conscious decision because they're looking at this as a city commuter bike, and you know, maybe this is something you're going to lock up outside of a store or something, or outside of your place of work, and less likely for somebody to steal your front wheel. There's the 350 watt hub motor. Really quiet, feels like a 350 watt motor. Not a whole lot to say about it power wise, other than it's quiet, it works, it gets the job done. I was riding around on flat ground down the road over here to kind of get a feel for what it would be like. And like pedal assist too, I could cruise along, you know, between 15 to 18 miles an hour, just fine. So I could see if you were in a flat area, this would work pretty good. When you start getting into hills with the single speed, you got to stand up on the pedals and you really got to crank on this thing to keep moving. That's where the 7-speed would be really helpful. Again, it's a 350 watt motor. A 350 watt motor, if you haven't ridden one, will propel you on throttle only, because it does have a thumb throttle on the left side right here. New throttle design I haven't seen. It actually looks really nice. But this 350 watts will propel you on flat ground without pedaling. It's got enough power to do that if you want to, but it is going to drain your battery reasonably fast doing that. If you get to a moderate hill, 350 watts, it'll take you up the hill if you're light, which I would say that I'm not. For a 350 watt bike, it's going to struggle to go up a hill without me pedaling. You know, a steep hill, you're definitely pedaling, you're putting in some effort. So 350 watt bikes are ones that you expect you're going to be pedaling, you're going to be getting some exercise, you're going to be doing a little bit of a workout. No suspension on the bike, totally fine. This is not designed to go off-road. It's not designed for gravel. This is a street bike, and it works really well for that. Back to the frame, I mentioned there was some different colors in there. So they've got kind of these funky colors on the top. It looks good in person. I don't know how it looks on camera. You know, it's an interesting color combination, but I like it. One of the things it has that's pretty cool on the back here and it timed out on me. It turned off. Let's turn this back on. Just wait for it. There we go. Integrated taillights in the frame. We're seeing this more and more on new e-bikes, but this is a pretty slick design right here. So this is, 100% an e-bike frame, very well thought out, designed, from the ground up to be this way. Something I am noticing right now is that it has horizontal dropouts for the rear wheel, which is what you need for a single speed bike. I am curious if the 7-speed uses the same frame or not. It looks like it's got mounting positions to where it could be. I don't know that answer 100% for sure. So if you're thinking you want 7 speeds, buy the 7-speed bike from the get-go. Don't buy this one and think you can convert it. Might be a little more work than you think to actually change everything out. You probably have to change the front chain ring. The chain itself definitely has to change. There's a lot that would have to happen. So definitely worth the $100 if you're considering that in any way. But sleek frame design, I like it. We got to jump to the brakes since I'm thinking about the frame. One of the things that is a little different is the fact that it's got rim brakes, as somebody pointed out. You don't see rim brakes on e-bikes very often. That is pretty rare. So here's the thing. You got the motor has, because motors are pretty generic, the motor actually has a mount for a disc brake, but the frame doesn't. So you would never be able to easily ever put disc brakes on this bike. The front wheel, the front hub is not designed for a disc. So you are stuck with rim brakes on this bike. That's all it's ever going to have. That's not to say that rim brakes alone are bad. Rim brakes were the standard on bicycles for a long, long time. On some of our, fat bikes, faster bikes, I would never put rim brakes on them. It wouldn't work very well. This bike at 41 pounds and, power-wise really tops out about 20 miles an hour. You could pedal it faster than that on the flats if you wanted to. You could pedal it faster than that downhill for sure. But the bike's pretty light. Unless you're a really heavy rider, I don't think you're going to have a problem with it. I can lock both of them up just fine. Just a slight adjustment out of the box to get them tightened up, and they work really good. So, I mean, here's the front. It locks it right up just like that. I mean, there you go. That's the front brake, like, no problem. So hopefully that helps put that into perspective, that it's, rim brakes can be okay. There's the rear in the right situation. So these, and I can control it. See, I can let it down. I'm just using the brake to let this down. Very controlled. So may not have been my personal choice if I was going to make a bike like this. I would have been willing to go the extra few $100s to put some disc brakes on it, because it gives you so many options going down the road for upgrades. However, for the way this is built, for the price it's at, it works. Like I said, brakes like this have been around forever. There's companies that make, special compounds for rim brakes that stop better than I'm sure what comes on here. It would make maintaining the brakes reasonably cheap. Any bike shop should know how to work on them. It's not like it's anything weird you'd have to be worried about getting parts for or maintaining. But those brake lights do look really nice. Same headlight that they have on all of their bikes. It's really small and compact, reasonably bright. I don't know how well you could really ride at night with it, but they're nice and sleek. The taillights are really good though. I mean, it's daylight out here and I can see them. So I bet at night, those actually work pretty good. And they are, in case that wasn't clear before. So right now when I turn the headlight on, so let's do that again. So headlight off, headlight on. It's just a quick push of the button. You can see the tail light comes on, the screen goes dim or bright depending on whether it's daylight, it's bright. If it's night out, then it goes dim. The tail lights come on if you turn the headlight on, and then they still work as a brake light. So they get a little bit brighter when you pull the brakes. So again, I think that was really well thought out. Just the frame, everything looks really clean. I wasn't sure if I was gonna like the bike. Still not sure if I will carry them here all the time. That probably just depends on demand. If you guys ask for it, if you guys call and say, hey, do you have Solteras? I want to come pick one up, then we'll probably keep them here. If nobody asks for it, then of course we won't. That remains to be seen. Obviously, we tend to cater a little bit more towards the higher end of the power range. So that's where I'm not sure how well people will do with this bike. But as a lightweight road bike, commuting bike, works really well. Again, 41 pounds, you know, that's pretty nice. Oh, that's interesting. Mithras says the 7-speed has disc brakes. Hold up now. You are correct. I haven't seen the 7-speed in person, so I didn't realize that. That is really interesting. Which when I click on, now that I'm looking at their website, I'm trying to find pictures of the single speed that I have. I'm mostly seeing pictures of the 7-speed bikes. There we go. If you scroll down, they have one on their website. Yeah, that's really interesting. Okay, so I don't take back what I said earlier about the upgrade going to the 7-speed being worth it just for the 7-speed alone. But the fact that you can get 7 speeds and disc brakes for an extra $100, that seems like a no-brainer. If you really, really, really want to save the $100 and you really, really, really like single speed bikes, if you're one of those weird people that like the fixie single speed bikes, ta-da! But yeah, I would go for the upgrade every single time then. That is really interesting. I did not catch that. Thank you for pointing that out. Because, so then they must not be, and now that I look at the photos closer, they must not be using the same frame between the two bikes, because the fork, yeah, that is really interesting. I kind of makes me wonder, why even offer the single speed bike? Unless, yeah, I'm a little bit baffled by that. The 7-speed seems like a better bike. Oh well, this one is still good for, I still like it the way it is. I think the 7-speed's the better value. Jerome, honestly, this bike is made for my wife. Laugh out loud. Hey, if you think this would be a great fit for her, then by all means, come and get one. Or maybe you'll win one. Enter to win the giveaway, of course. All right, let's see. We got to jump back at some of the comments here. We have Rich said deal breaker on the brakes. Now we know that's not the only option. And Jerome said rim brakes, no biggie. I agree. But yeah, since there's a 7-speed option, thank you again, Mithras, for pointing that out. Obviously, I should have reviewed that a little closer, because when you look at their website, which I did, I saw a single speed 7-speed, but the option didn't say anything about disc brakes, and I didn't catch that. Jerome, I have no idea what that is, so you'll have to tell me. Never heard of it. Or better yet, tell them if it's an e-bike, they should send me one so I can review it. Be happy to do that. Tell them to reach out to me. Fox50 says, greetings all. I like the new name. Thank you. We talked about that a little bit right at the beginning. Missed the asking price. So it is $11.99 for the single speed version of the bike with the rim brakes. Look at this. I can pick this up and just bring it over here. So $11.99, single speed, rim brakes, or for $100 more, you get a 7-speed and you get disc brakes. Totally worth it. Everybody just buy that one. And maybe Aventon will just forget they ever had a single speed after a little while. Sorry, Aventon, if you're watching this. Yeah, so let's, you guys want to see what the power's like, see me ride it, see what the fit's like? Why not? We should. I've already ridden it around, but you haven't seen me ride it around. This is where you might be a little disappointed on the power, like I said, if you watch me ride it around, because it's 350 watts. I am probably not the intended target for this bike, but it works. So again, all right, so this is, like I said, this is the regular size. I can ride it just fine. It just is a little on the small side. I would totally go for the large. Based on their website specs, that matches up what they recommend. I think they set up to like 5.6 or 5.7 for this one, and then 5.7 up to like 6.2 or so was the large. I really do like those brake lights though, so they did a good job on that. I'm gonna turn those off. All right, so here's what we got. Pedaling. Why don't I show you pedaling without any power first, so you can see what the single speed gear is like. Because, see, and that was just pushing off. So you can see how easily it rolls. I haven't even pedaled yet. And then here's my cadence. That's it. That's the single speed. Of course, I'm only going like 3 miles an hour, but I mean, you get the point. You gotta really stand up and get cranking if you want to pedal on it. And again, I don't have the motor on yet. Super easy to do because the bike's so light. So you can actually get moving on this. I can imagine the 7-speed would be great for pedaling. If you want a bike you can pedal without using the motor. But even the single speed can be done. Get going here. All right, now we're into a better cadence. So that was just coming back to the camera. That was up to like 13 miles an hour. So right around 13, that's when I feel like you're in a comfortable pedaling cadence. When you get up to like 20, you're spinning reasonably fast. Excuse me. When you're at like 25, you're spinning really quickly. So you could pedal the single speed bike at 25, but really high cadence. You're moving very quickly. 20 is about, I feel like, where most people would be at the max or comfortable with it. So 7-speed definitely has some advantages there, but it's light enough on this single speed it can work. It's just not going to be a lot of fun up the hills unless you like to just cause yourself pain. Then go for it. Power. I haven't even turned it on. See, I was thinking, didn't I just ride the bike? But we didn't turn the motor on yet. That's not something I do on very many bikes. All right, crank the pedal assist up. Here is throttle. And we're off. So you can see pretty slow to pick up unless I get cranking on it with the pedal assist. Then we get going pretty fast. Then the acceleration is quick. Let me go a little further out and show you up the hill. I don't think it'd be fair to not pedal it, so I'm gonna give you pedal assist 5, pedaling up the hill. All right, there we go. We're really cranking, but it'll do it. But if I had to go up a really steep hill, I'm gonna be really, really just grinding nice and slow. And let's see, Rich, thank you for buying a new Area 13 shirt. Oh yeah, and Jessica's posting in there, if you see in the chat, says share this video using the hashtag Area 13 ebikes and we'll enter you to win an Area 13 e-bike shirt. I hope I win one. I don't have one yet. Don't worry, I got some coming. We'll wear it in maybe not the next video, but soon, I promise. So anyway, back to the bike. Single speed, 41 pounds, and rides real smooth, really nice. I think the lightweight is the biggest thing it's got going for it on the single speed. If you like standing up on the pedals, cranking, working hard up the hills, then it's actually kind of fun. I, believe it or not, used to ride a lot of road bikes when I was younger. And this is like kind of bringing back some of those memories. And I know what kind of bike I would build if I was to make a road bike. So we'll just see what happens with that. We'll leave that there. But for right now, the Soltera, there you have it. Quality-wise, I think it's good. I think your best bang for the buck is the 7-speed with the disc brakes. If you're a flat flander and you want simple, just go for the single speed. Save yourself a couple of pounds, apparently. Now the weight difference makes more sense. That I could see that you could save 2 pounds if you're getting rid of a derailleur, shifter, and the components that go along with the disc brakes. Now I see where that 2 pounds comes from. All right. If anybody has any questions, let me know. Otherwise, we may be done with our latest e-bike review. Again, the Aventon Soltera. Thank you again, Aventon, for sending the bike. I do like it. I mean, I could say I like almost every e-bike, but I could see like I would actually keep this in my house and go ride it up and down the street for exercise. Because I could go ride it without the motor on at all and just keep going that way. And then if I get a little tired, just put on the small assist it's got. But I know the perfect bike would be, for me, something at a higher price point, mid-drive motor, road tires, hydraulic disc brakes on it. Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. We may have to work on that for 2022. This is getting me thinking here. So thanks again to Aventon. If you are local to us and you want one of these, we are happy to get it for you. We are a dealer for Aventon bikes, and but this one we're not going to sell. I'm going to give it away. So if you haven't already, let me know in the chat. Anybody entered the giveaway yet? Link should be in the description. Really simple to do. You can do it on our website through that link. No purchase required. We're not going to send you a bunch of junk, just good e-bike content. So I assume what's going to happen is we're going to take this bike in the back. We're going to put it next to the box. In case somebody's local, you can just ride it away. And if not, then we're going to put it back in that box and we're going to ship it out to a lucky winner. And I'm sure you will be very pleased with how the bike looks. Again, paint job is nice and clean. Looks great. I love the frame design overall. The only complaint I have about it, they have a solution for. They have an option for. It's just not the one I got. So that's totally okay. Well, thanks again, guys. I will be back another day. And thank you again for all of the positive comments about Area 13. I was pleasantly surprised by how many positive and supportive comments there were about the whole name change and everything that's going on. I can't wait to share with you what else we have up our sleeve for 2022. I can't tell you what it is yet, other than to say I think it could be even bigger than changing the name. So stay tuned. We're always working on something behind the scenes, bikes and otherwise. So it's gonna be an awesome year for the electric bike industry as a whole. and I will see you guys on another review. Actually, I already have another bike for review, another 2 e-bikes for review here. So definitely more reviews coming as long as the snow doesn't come back. So watch out for a review on a new trike model, as well as another just review bike that was sent to me. It's going to be good. Oh, and don't forget, I did say, in case you guys missed it, I want to get rid of these previous demo and review bikes. Don't care which one it is, $500 a piece. Come here locally, buy them, get them out of our shop. Let's make some room for more Area 13 electric bikes. Thanks again. I will see you guys